Of the sealing of a historic FTA, which is a free trade agreement with the UK, the Prime Minister is now heading to the Maldives, aiming for a significant diplomatic reset with the island nation. He will attend the Maldives' 60th Independence Day celebrations as the guest of honor, and a day that marks not only the island nation's independence, but also 60 years of India-Maldives diplomatic ties. This visit signals a major thaw in relations after India-out debacle of the late 2023, where both of the countries are now set to review the economic and maritime security partnership agreed upon in October last year. India and the Maldives share a long-standing partnership, particularly in defense, where India has gifted patrol vessels and vehicles to the Maldivian armed forces. Now, the cooperation that extends to digital connectivity, also with the introduction of India's UPI payment system in the Maldives to finance through the multiple lines of credit and grant-based assistance from India. Now, the Maldives visit follows a historic free trade agreement with the UK, signed yesterday by the Commerce and Industry Minister in presence of the Prime Ministers Keir Starmer and Narendra Modi. Now, this event that was also attended by External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar and the US Chancellor of the Exchequer, Rachel Reeves.
आज यूनाइटेड किंगडम और भारत के बीच एक बहुत ही बेहतरीन फ्री ट्रेड एग्रीमेंट साइन हुआ है। माननीय प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में और मार्गदर्शन में भारत ने अपने सभी हितों को सुरक्षित रखते हुए ढेर सारे नए अवसर खोलने का काम इस फ्री ट्रेड एग्रीमेंट के माध्यम से किया है। जो भी सेक्टर्स भारत के लिए सेंसिटिव रहते हैं, हमारे फार्मर्स के लिए, हमारे एमएसएमईज के लिए खोला नहीं गया है, इन सबको सुरक्षित रखा गया है। और भारत के लिए जो आवश्यकताएं हैं, जिसमें हमें यूके से सामान मिलने में भारत को लाभ होगा, उसमें विशेष फोकस किया गया है।
Now let's break down the key gains for India, where over 95% of the agricultural and processed food products will now enjoy duty-free access. Now, this deal also strengthens India's competitiveness in textiles and apparel against rivals like Bangladesh. And in pharma and chemical sector, tariffs on generic medical devices and key chemicals will now be eliminated. On the services front, mobility will now improve for professionals such as yoga instructors, IT experts and chefs. And additionally, the alcohol and auto industries benefit from tariff cuts such as on Scotch whiskey and also on luxury vehicles. Now, speaking after signing of the deal yesterday, the Prime Minister said that FTA is not just an agreement on economic cooperation, but a step towards shared prosperity.
यह समझौता मात्र आर्थिक साझेदारी नहीं, बल्कि साझा समृद्धि की योजना है। एक और भारतीय टेक्सटाइल, फुटवियर, जेम्स एंड ज्वेलरी, सी फूड और इंजीनियरिंग गुड्स को यूके में बेहतर मार्केट एक्सेस मिलेगा। भारत के एग्रीकल्चर प्रोड्यूस और प्रोसेस्ड फूड इंडस्ट्री के लिए यूके की मार्केट में नए अवसर बनेंगे।
All right. As far as the two visits are now concerned, we have Rishabh with us, connected with us live. Good morning, Rishabh. First, we'll speak on the Prime Minister, where he now is currently heading to. It is to the Maldives. Now, what is being said that this visit is not only important to strengthen bilateral cooperation, but it also reaffirms India's commitment to its neighborhood-first policy in the Indian Ocean region.
Well, Amita, the visit of Prime Minister Narendra Modi to Maldives can be seen as the diplomatic reset. Since the coming in of Muizzu government in September 2023, we have seen ups and downs in the relationship between India and Maldives. Muizzu's whole election campaign was based on the India Out campaign. And since then, we have seen a lot of ifs and buts between New Delhi and Malé. But then came 4th June 2024, when Prime Minister Narendra Modi took oath for the third time, and in attendance was President of Maldives as well, along with the other neighboring countries, Mauritius, Bhutan, Nepal, Bangladesh, Seychelles and others. Since then, we have seen an upward trend in India-Maldives relationship. India has helped Maldives to ensure that their credit lines are in place, their debt is also in line with their payment cycle, and also India has helped Maldives by extending the credit lines at least 3 times in last 1.5 years. Then we heard that how India wants to have a coordination with Maldives, and the reciprocity of Malé was also phenomenal.
Yes.
And now Indian Prime Minister being invited as the guest of honor for the Independence Day that happens tomorrow showcases that
So as the head of the state, as far as his invitation that has now been extended to the Prime Minister to visit Maldives and to participate as the guest of honor for their Independence Day celebrations. Please do stay on with us, Rishabh, because now we're going to focus as far as this historic landmark agreement is concerned. Because it is now time for the reverse colonization of the British Raj, which isn't an unmistakable tone of irony. Let's get you more on that. Because looking to buy a Mini Cooper, but its hefty price tag is also a big speed breaker. Now, you do love maybe your Scotch, but the price tag that causes also a heartache. Now, do you love as far as British fashion is concerned, but fear that the price may rip your wallet? And if the answer to all of these questions is a yes, then we have got great news for you. Because this time, this is bound to make you jump with joy as far as your favorite British luxury cars, British fashion, British spirits, British cosmetics, and even British chocolates are now set to get cheaper. Now, this is coming at a time when India has signed the historic India-UK Free Trade Agreement on its own terms. As Union Minister Piyush Goyal once said, for India, not deadlines but national interests are paramount. And this free trade agreement took nearly 3 years and 14 rounds of negotiations. And on the explosive as front end when it comes to the exclusive news that we are getting for you, what exactly gets cheaper for us? What do Indians gain from this pact? Let's first tell you what is now getting cheaper for Indians as far as British luxury cars is concerned. The tax on imported cars is set to drop to 10% under a quota-based system. Currently, the import duty is over 100%. This means that Aston Martins, Land Rovers and Mini Coopers will soon be getting more owners here in India. Now, under the FTA, India has also agreed to lower tariffs on Scotch. Right from British whiskey to gin, the tariff will now come down to 75% from 150% currently, and is expected to further reduce to 40% over the next 10 years. Bottles of Glenfiddich, Johnny Walker and Macallan and Bombay Sapphire, etc. are all said to save you lots of money. Now, as per reports, the prices of premium British spirits could dumb down by 20 to 25%. Not just that, even imports of Marks & Spencer products, the Body Shop, skincare, Cadbury's premium lines are also expected to become more affordable. So get ready for some sweeter deals that are now in the offing. But let's get you exactly why the India-UK FTA is now also being touted as a reverse colonization. Here's how Indian wares are all set to invade the British shores. As far as what does India gain from the free trade agreement? Let's put that out in focus for our viewers. Now, exactly when we are looking at the markets there, let's take a look exactly when it comes to all of the goods that are getting now cheaper here in Indian markets, and of course what we can expect as far as the British citizens to receive enhanced quality Indian goods. Now, when we talk about when it comes to the access to the UK market is concerned, it is now open. However, there would be no duties on at least 99% of the Indian exports. Look at the kind of vast deal as far as covering major areas is now concerned in the free trade agreement. Now, desi goods are going to invade as far as UK markets are concerned, such as textiles, leather, gems and jewelry, auto parts, furniture, sports goods. All of them now will be found in the UK markets. Even when it comes to Indian garments and textiles, because we have, as far as when it comes to competition is concerned, with Bangladesh, with China, now we are looking at, as far as Indian garments and textiles, the current duty, which would be around 8 to 12%, but after the FTA, zero duty that would be now mounted. Listen in exactly when it comes to the vision that the Prime Minister was speaking of when it comes to signing this landmark historic deal.
यह समझौता मात्र आर्थिक साझेदारी नहीं, बल्कि साझा समृद्धि की योजना है। एक और भारतीय टेक्सटाइल, फुटवियर, जेम्स एंड ज्वेलरी, सी फूड और इंजीनियरिंग गुड्स को यूके में बेहतर मार्केट एक्सेस मिलेगा। भारत के एग्रीकल्चर प्रोड्यूस और प्रोसेस्ड फूड इंडस्ट्री के लिए यूके की मार्केट में नए अवसर बनेंगे।
Now, Rishabh, on the historic signing of the FTA, the two prime ministers, have also unveiled what they have been calling as UK-India Vision 2035. What is this all about when it comes to taking their partnership to new heights?
Well, Amita, if we talk about this FTA between India and UK, it is definitely something which is, if we see between India and UK, it is very, very beneficial. This is the most comprehensive FTA that India has ever signed in, last many years, and this is the first big trade pact that Britain has signed since the Brexit happened, and it took about 14 rounds of talk for 3 years to ensure that how this FTA will look like. Now, talking about the Vision 2035, after France, India has now signed a vision document with UK also, and this is very important. It has a defense pact, it has a technology pact, it has a sharing of technology, it also has other such things as well. For example, India and UK will partner in other food processing and other events as well. So, in a way, the vision document lays out a formation of a strategic partnership between the two countries that will have long-lasting impact, long-lasting positive impact, as the leaders suggest.
Because there are
well, as far as when it comes to the UK Prime Minister himself is concerned, Keir Starmer has called this deal as a landmark trade deal with India, and also that it will create thousands of British jobs across the UK, will unlock new opportunities for businesses, and will also drive growth in every corner of the country, delivering as far as the UK's plan for change is concerned. Rishabh continues to be